Hi guys, Julie the Oracle here. So, the question card that I pulled ended up being the Page of Cups. What I got from that is that the Page of Cups is universally known as a messenger card. And it's usually like a messenger of emotion, so we're talking emotional. Maybe something feelings-wise. So, a messenger or somebody's wanting to tell you something. So the question ended up being, what do they want to tell you? So obviously somebody wants to tell you something, and I guess I'm hoping they'll come forward, but let's see what the cards say. First and foremost though, if you like these readings and you like what you've seen, if I've been able to find, if you've been able to find any kind of answers you were seeking or any kind of guidance or comfort, if I can help in any way with my readings, and so you don't feel so lost, I hope that you only take what resonates and you leave the rest, but also, you'd be helping me out by subscribing. But please like and comment and let me know what your situation is. If you feel like it, you can let me know if I'm on target or not. Sometimes people do. I can only get better with your help. And so, I'm constantly trying to improve my intuition, and I have been kind of lacking in the whole meditation department. So I was actually trying to last night, but I was so distracted. But I just want to let you all know how grateful I am, and I'm not sure when this reading should be coming out here in the current time. It's November, the week of Thanksgiving, and I just want to share my gratitude with all of you and thank you for your likes, your comments. Thank you for subscribing. It helps me more than you know. Even if you don't ever watch another video, just subscribing and leaving yourself as a subscriber actually helps me tremendously. So if you want to do that and then not ever watch anything again, you can do that. I don't care. I don't mind at all. Because I know that there's so much to see, and we don't need every single message that comes out. But you know what? If you are drawn to something that I post, to a video, and you want to watch it, and you know that there's a message in there for you, so be it. So, again, take what resonates, leave the rest, and onward. And so, here we go. So, what are they trying to tell you? This does not have to be romantic. This could be friend, can be family, can be, it can be romantic, it can be, somebody some type of acquaintance, or somebody you work with, anything. Whatever messages apply to you personally. Oh, I need water. Okay, that's better. I have a few oracle cards over here that I will share with you as well. I am trying to shorten these, and even though I shorten them, I still talk for 40 minutes. So apparently I'm the problem. Okay, so let's see. The question is, what are they wanting to tell you? The first card we have is the Devil. Ooh, scary. I know, right? No, it's fine. The Devil's usually universally, it's known for being about attraction. It can be like almost to the point of obsession. You're enamored with somebody, but it can be toxicity and codependency. It can be addictions. There's a lot of things it can be. It's usually just about not so great patterns, negative cycles, things like that. It's related to a lot of things. It can mean a lot of different things. I've seen it in a good way too. This is the Devil in reverse though. So if you've been dealing with someone who has maybe they've had addictions, and addictions doesn't have to mean drugs and alcohol. There's gambling, sex addiction, all kinds of stuff. But maybe you've been dealing with someone you're interested in, but you're like, no. You don't want to deal with it because you can tell that there's an issue there, and you're just like, this is too much. It's too, it's too problematic. Get that word out. But the Devil in reverse, these cards have meanings on them for reversals, upright and reversals, but there's so many ways to read a card. And let me just tell you, the Devil in this one, it's what do they want to tell you? Well, this person is wanting to tell you that they're breaking the negative cycles. They're breaking the bad patterns, the bad habits, that toxicity that they've been stuck in. They're breaking it. um, they don't need it anymore. So they're trying to, they're finding healthier ways to cope with whatever it is that the situation is, what they're dealing with. There's a lot heavy. Jeez. I apologize. You might hear stuff in the background. I don't know if you can pick that up, but slamming doors and stuff and people moving around, so I apologize. Just so people aren't like, what is that noise? It's annoying to me too. Anyway. But with the Devil card, this person is kind of wanting to come to you and, hey, you know, I don't know how you met them, but there's some type of emotional tie here. The two of you have formed a bond. I don't know if it's like a friendship. There could be something more. It could be developing into something more. But this person has kind of been stuck in a loop for a long time. And it's like it's like for them it's been like a clockwork. They've been stuck in like a grandfather clock and everything's continuously rolling around in there. Everything works. But it's been working in a negative way with them because it's just been a kind of a cyclic pattern, you know, that they need to break. Because they've been stuck doing the same old thing with the same old people, acting the same way, behaving, communicating, whatever it is, it's not working. And I think they met you and you changed their mind. You changed them. They saw something different in you and you weren't afraid to speak up and be like, no, that isn't going to fly with me. You're not going to treat me that way. You're not going to communicate with me like that. I don't like this pattern. You broke it. You broke them in a way. You're like the you're like the loose cog that came loose in the clock, you know, and you got stuck in the gears and the gears can't turn anymore. So the whole thing just wants to blow up. I don't even know if it really does that, but you've made it stop cycling the way it was. And it's like, oh, now it's time to fix it and get it working the correct way. But that's what you've done for this person. It's the best way I can describe it. There might be a better way, but it's what comes to mind. And like I said, this doesn't have to be, this is somebody you're bonded to. I mean, it could be, like I said, family, friend. And I said did I say a grandfather clock earlier? I feel like I did, and I was getting grandfather. Some of you may not have the healthiest relationships with family members, whether they're your parents or grandparents. It could be siblings. It's just, it could be a cousin, you know, aunt and uncle, whatever it is, you know. If this is a grandfather, maybe that they, you know, and it actually says physical and emotional abuse on that card as a reversal. This may be part of the past. So this could be part of your past dealing with this, but now this card is in reverse because it's what it's telling you is you're done with this. You've gotten the help you need. You've sought out therapy. You're healthier, you know, in your communication, and you're more balanced. You're more well-adjusted as the adult you are. And so you have figured out, like, I'm not going to handle this very well. Like, I'm not dealing with it. So you are setting boundaries and you're saying, no, you're not going to treat me like this. You know, you can't communicate like this with me. I'm not going to allow you to do these things to me. By saying that to this person, it's kind of taken aback. They're like, nobody talks to me like that. Well, yes, you do. So you have just changed that. You have made this person realize that they need to change. And so they have started seeking a healthier way to deal with life in their dealings with you and others. And because you have helped them change their life, whether you realize it or not. So what they would like to tell you is they want to come tell you. I think they want to tell you thank you but I think they want to tell you, like, hey, I'm trying to be better here. I'm sorry. It's like they want to make amends and apologize, but they want to tell you that they're working on it, and they might slip up and relapse, whatever you want to call, like, stuff's going to happen. It's not going to be perfect, but they are work in progress. We all are. Continuously, consistently, forever. I think that's just life, personally, but I think they want to tell you that they're making the effort, you know, because you're the one that helped them change, because, you know, they didn't realize, like, how bad they were acting, or even if they did, people let them get away with it. You didn't. So because you didn't, that's changed their way, you know. it's changed their whole mindset, and they're actually making an attempt to better themselves because of you. So, good for you, because healthy behavior, well, actually is almost as infectious as negative behavior, Healthy behavior can spread like wildfire, and it's good because, you reach out and realize people are acting a certain way. Well, they're going to go out and they're going to try to act better too, because you've set the example. So again, this is great. Good for you. So that's what this person wants to tell you. They want to come and tell you that they're trying to be better. And I think that some of them, if they've made enough progress, they might even say thank you. So don't hold your breath, though. Don't hold your breath. Now we have the Seven of Swords here. Upright. This can be a lot of things. This is like my deception card. So it says sneaky betrayal on it, but for me it's deception, but it's not always a bad one. I mean, there can be. I just want to say someone's got a secret. Somebody isn't being honest with you. I don't think that they might have lied to you, but I don't know. Each situation is unique, so take it how it feels to you. Like, trust your own intuition on it. It depends on your situation and who the person is to you. If that person is lying to you, you'll know. If they're lying in a bad way, like I don't want to use the word negative too many times, but if they're lying to you in a way that's going to be harmful, well, you can cut your losses and move on from that. Like, get away from them. They're not going to be any good for you. But I don't always get that with this. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like someone's just not telling you things. I think they want to, but in this case, what I'm getting with the Seven of Swords is that someone is emotional about you. They have feelings for you. And, there's a lot of love there. And this is love, so it's not the kind of deception that I'm thinking of, but somebody loves you a great deal, but they don't want to tell you. It's weird, huh? Why wouldn't they tell you? You think that would be easy, but for this person it's not. I don't know what's gone down between the two of you, but I get that there's kind of an aspect of a budding romance that should be happening, but because they're not saying anything, it's not happening yet. Or you might realize it. You might be aware of feeling something. They're aware of it, but I don't think you're aware of each other. So you don't know. Or you might be, who knows? It depends on how intuitive you are. Sip of water. So that's the thing. The thing is, like, the Seven of Swords, this person is wanting to come and they want to tell you what they're not telling you. They've been holding back. And they want to tell you, but there's fear behind this. It's not really deception, but because if they lied to you, it's more about, oh yeah, haha, no, I don't like you like that. No, like, I'm not interested. Liar. They might have been to be honest, they might have been telling the truth at the time, because love takes time, guys. And this person might have really, really liked you and then been like, oh my gosh, they like me and I don't feel the same way. But then you're like, oh, they kind of laugh it off like, nope, not interested. Because they like you, but they're not willing to admit it to themselves, or they weren't where they needed to be in their feelings. They weren't quite there yet. And the funny thing is like, okay, well, you stay friends and you move on. You appear to move on, and then they're like, oh, wait, I feel something now. And give it a little time, and their feelings start to grow for you. And this person is falling in love with you. I do think for the majority of you that this is about, the Seven of Swords is about somebody being in love with you, falling in love with you. Like, they've got strong feelings here. You might have strong feelings too. And the fact is, like, you came forward first, but they were like, no. And then you're over here going, well, I guess that's that. But then you can't help shake that feeling that they like you, because they still show you a lot of the signs that they like you. And when I say sign, I mean they still text you, call you, talk to you. They're very involved in your life in one way or the other. I mean, even if you guys have gone on and you're in other relationships, they're probably kicking themselves now because they love you. I mean, they've got a King of Cups vibe going on here because there's so much love, and it's like, they're like, damn it, why? Why did I say no? Why couldn't I have just said, let me think about it? Or, like, they're, why does this happen? They're not happy with themselves right now because they mistook their own feelings. They didn't give themselves enough time to really think about how they felt. And now they're over here, like, they're feeling, like, really down about it, going, damn it, did I miss my chance? And if you're still, if you're still available, like, make it known to them, like, in some way, like, you're available. Like, if you're still very involved with them and showing them, like, if you're not showing any signs or you've withdrawn your energy, that's definitely making them kind of want to approach. I'm not saying go in and, like, smother them now, but, just kind of keep the vibe the same. Show them you like them as much as they like you, and just keep talking to them and texting and hanging out or whatever it is that you're doing. And that Seven of Swords, I think that they want to come forward. They want to. They're kind of like pretending like, oh, I don't care. They're trying to pretend like everything's cool and everything's good, but they're kind of panicking on the inside, and it's like I think they want to tell you. So they kind of want to tell you about their feelings, but they're not. I don't know if this person's going to come forward, but it's going to take a lot because they need the confidence to come forward, and they know they screwed up the first time because they're going to be like, well, they're not going to believe me because I told them I wasn't interested. And, they just need to find a way to approach you the right way. That's the way I'm trying to look at it. If they find a way to just, I don't know, they've got to approach the right, but be approachable. That's all I'm going to say. Be approachable. I think that, I just think that that's what's going on with them. They're wanting to tell you, and they're trying to work up the courage and the strength to tell you, but they're, the sevens are, I can relate it back to the Chariot. And for me, the Chariot, you think about progress and movement, but that's what this is about. Like, the Chariot right now for them, this is the Chariot in their mind. They're wanting to make progress, but they're not, because it's like, it requires them to tell you. And nothing's going to change unless if they confess their love for you and then see where it goes. And then, until they take that action, that Chariot's not going anywhere. So, there you have it. Seven of Swords. Okay, let's move on to the Justice card. And so, the Justice, fairness and balance. All right. This to me is also known as a karma card. But this, the person in this one, I think, I'm getting more intuitive people here, and when I get the Justice card, not only am I seeing karma, that this person is wanting to tell you that, like, we're all dealing with karma. There's good and bad karma. I mean, it's karma. So it depends. Like, if you do something bad, you could get instant karma, or, you could do something that could come back and haunt you later, or you've done stuff in your past lives, and if you've had a life where you were just completely, like, a hot mess, or you were just awful, horrible person, you treated people badly, you have some karma there. And people wonder, like, well, why am I getting punished in this life? You're not getting punished. It doesn't work like that, I don't think. What it works like is that karma has to be worked off. So sometimes you have to learn certain lessons and things in order to balance that karma out. And I believe that that's what this card is about, is that you have somebody in your life, and I think that involves both of you, because the two of you could be involved from past lives or things like that. It could be a soul connection going on here. Especially considering, like, you've got 3 out of 4 cards are all major arcana. It's powerful reading. So, but in this particular case, if I look at it individually, this could be a soul connection. It could be somebody you've had a past life with, all of the above, whatever it is. And you're wondering, like, you're drawn to each other, but you're wondering, well, why are these things happening to me, or to them, or to both of us? And the short answer is that karma is balancing out. So there may be a reason that if you guys, for whatever reason, you aren't coming together the way you thought, or you're getting separated, or there's some kind of gap in between you. You want to bridge the gap, but you can't right now because, this is where some divine timing comes in, and karma's got to be worked out here. So it's going to balance out because lessons are having to be learned and goals are being pursued and maybe healing. Certain things are happening. So I think that is, and then justice comes in and balances out the scales. So things aren't going to balance out until, some of those things get worked out. Whatever it is that you're having to do right now, there is a reason behind it. Whether it's you, them, or both of you, you could be tied into some type of karmic tie with this person too. There are karmic soul ties and people come together and then they separate. Once that you've worked out the karma, then they go away. What I'm getting with the Justice card in this case is that this person and you're meant to be more together. And I don't know if that's romantic or not, or friends, or whatever it is, but you're meant to be in each other's lives. The problem is that not yet. It's kind of like, oh, we got to meet, and like, I get to be with my friend, or whatever it is. You get to be together, but no, you can't. The universe will separate you and make you work out your shit. That's the best way to put it. If one or both of you have to learn something, there may be certain, like I said, there might be certain lessons or healing or whatever that needs to take place first. And once you get past whatever the cycle, the lesson is within the cycle, once that cycle's done, lesson learned, if you learn what you need to do, or you do the work, whatever it is you're supposed to do for the universe, for God, for your angel, whatever it is, but karma, the debt is paid, or it's balanced out. When karma balances out, so does justice. The scales balance too. When that balances out, then it's like, oh, you get the green light to move ahead again. And then it's like, oh, now you don't have any obstacles in your way, and you and this person can come together and hang out and have fun, or whatever it is you're meant to do in this life. You're just working out a little stuff from the past, whether it's in recent past of this life or the past lives or wherever it may have come from. This could be someone you needed to work something out with that you didn't work out in a previous life. So, I mean, that depends on your beliefs, but somebody might have a better explanation of it too. But there is always a reason why. Things don't just happen when you want them to. So sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes there has to be a separation before people can come back together. That's just the way it is, and it's the way it seems to happen. Believe me, I know. I'm in a situation like that now. Sometimes separation occurs for a reason. It's not the easiest thing, and I don't know, I don't have all the answers, but, what I have been given in knowledge is helping me to not fear the future. So things will work out eventually. I guess the big part is like, don't worry about it. Relax and just, put the work in, do what you got to do, focus on yourself. And then boom, when it's done and over, then everything will clear up. Justice will prevail and everything will go back to being the way it should be. You'll get harmony back. I promise. So, this person I think is wanting to tell you with this card, by the way, that intuitively they know. I think that they have realized, or you have realized, or both, that they realize like, oh, I've got some karma to work off. That's why I can't spend time with you right now. I can't be in your life in this moment. Or even if they're in your life, they're in a limited capacity. So they can't fully be like 100% in your life while they're having to deal with this side quest. Think of it as a game. I mean, you guys are on the main quest, but then they have to veer off and go down a side quest, or you do, or both. So then you have to go and solve that. When you're solved, you can come back together and be like, oh, okay, that's done. We can go on together. So that's the Justice card. That's what they want to tell you, is that they're aware they're working off some karma. One or both of you. That's kind of, but I think they have become aware of it, and they're like, oh, this is why I can't. And if you're wondering, then this is me making you aware that you might have some karma to work on. Who knows? There's just the karma that needs to balance out, and, each lesson kind of helps that. So, with that, that's the Justice card. Then we have the High Priestess. This is the High Priestess in reverse. So the High Priestess can represent intuition and represent someone having secrets. Again, we're back to secrets. But this is the High Priestess in reverse. So In this one, they're saying the reverse is secrets. I don't have to see it that way, but I have to look at this because it's a bridge between worlds. Yeah, this is somebody, I think one of your friends is wanting to tell you that they are psychic or that they're intuitive, or maybe you've picked up on it. Like, how do they know so much about me? How are they so comforting when I'm going through stuff? They have an inner knowing, they have a higher self, intuition, divine feminine, bridge between worlds. That's what it is, upright. Well, I think they want to come clean about it. That's all. So, and I think they're looking to you because if you're a good friend to them or family member or whatever it is, your relationship with them, they trust you. And I think they feel like you are non-judgmental so that they can talk to you about these things that they can't talk about other people with. Because as the high priestess, they're going through all this stuff and they're having all these psychic moments, these abilities are growing. And as their intuition grows, they're experiencing more stuff. And they're like, man, I need somebody to talk to about this. Well, they're choosing you. And they've been withholding it from you, but they want to tell you. And they've been kind of afraid to embrace their intuition. But I think that if they have someone to talk to and support behind them, I think that they're going to be braver about, when I say braver, they're going to be more brave about approaching these psychic situations that they come across. They're not going to want to run away in fear. But their other fear is being called crazy and people not believing them and then telling them that they need to be in a mental hospital or something like that. There's such a stigma with being psychic, and people don't have to believe. But you know what? If they're good and you know that they're good, you're going to start to see that they are really good at this. So just be open-minded and listen and be supportive when they tell you. And then, you know what? Back them up and be like, that's awesome. Like, you can do your tarot on me, or you can practice your telepathy on me, or you can, you can do your mediumship or channeling with me, whatever you want. Whatever it is that you're doing, tell them that they don't have to keep it, that there's whole communities out here that will accept them. So whoever this is wanting to tell you about this, and they are a high priestess. And they also may not be traditionally Christian. And this is happening more and more. I'm seeing a lot more people that are atheist or pagan, or, they're loosely Christian, like myself, who, I'm not into the organized religion anymore. Like, I don't like going to church and stuff like that. My head was filled with so much stuff that I spent most of my life fearing everything and not wanting to do for myself. It's like, nope, you got to believe that you're not going to get, sent to hell for every little thing. So I've shed a lot of limiting beliefs, and it's like the spiritual world, the metaphysical world is so much more accepting of me. And there's so much more out there. Once I've, opened that door, it's like opening Pandora's box. Like, you can't go back. But instead of like losing hope, you realize like hope is all around you instead. Like, it's everywhere. And you realize like it's a whole different world when you can be open-minded and have your beliefs, and you're free to just think about all these different things and not worry about like, oh, I had a bad thought, or I cussed, or I did this and now I'm going to hell. No, you're not. You're not. You're going to be fine. And your friend's going to be fine. And your friend just needs that support to, come out of the metaphysical closet. So they may not be accepted by so many people, especially if you're one of those people that live in the Bible Belt. I'm sorry. Nothing against people who are Christian. They want to go do that, by all means. If you want to go to church and worship, and hey, I'm not stopping you. I think it's great. If it's good for you, go. The only thing I don't like is the hypocritical people who think that they can be an asshole, 6 days out of the week and then show up to church and be absolved of everything. It doesn't work like that. They've been rude, and frankly, I'm not going to take it anymore. Like, it's ridiculous. So, no thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And be supportive of whoever this is that's coming forward. And you know what? Let them experiment on you, because it's going to be uncanny. I love it. And think about it. You can get free readings from them, and they can tell you things about yourself. Like listen to them. Find out what their psychic experiences are. It'll be really cool. Your friend will convince you more than anything you might read or see on TV. It's not till you see it for yourself and you're like, wow, they are the real deal. They'll make a believer out of you. And so now we have the Oracle cards. I love this. So we have the Ascended Oracle says, take a risk. Take risk. I love this because it's it looks like a billy goat or something. Climbing a crystal mountain, and it looks like the moon behind him. I don't know. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on here, but you know what it means? Taking risk is about the Seven of Swords dude right here. Well, it's actually the High Priestess too. These people all want to come tell you something, but well, two of them have no problem coming and telling you what's going on. Well, one of them wants to tell you, but they don't know if it's going to create karma. So we don't know about that. The Justice person. They want to tell you, but they're like, if I tell them, will that mess up with the karma and the cycle? They don't know. They're honestly questioning this right now. So, and I get it, because there are consequences for things if you tell people about things. I don't know in this case if they're just like, hey, I'm working off some karma. That's why I'm kind of distant. I've got things I need to focus on right now. They could find a way to tell you without telling you, if they wanted to. And maybe they have. But these two, Seven of Swords and High Priestess, the Seven of Swords especially, this is a huge risk for them because they don't want to risk losing you. And so they're trying to work up the courage to be like, okay, you got to admit to this person, you got to take a risk. You got to go out on a limb here and tell this person, like, hey, I screwed up. I said I wasn't interested, but I was wrong. I actually realized after some time apart from you that I have feelings for you. So, I mean, they can say it however they want. I think it would be simple, but it's not as easy. It's easy for me to sit here and say this, but if I were having to admit to somebody how much I love them, I don't know if it would be as easy for me, because it's very emotional. And, I get the worry about being rejected. Like, they did the rejecting first, and they probably tried to laugh it off or pretend like it wasn't a big deal, but then they're like, oh man, I should have been more honest with myself. They're mad at themselves too, but they want to take the risk. And the High Priestess, that's a risk too, because they could lose friends and be treated wrong by family and stuff because they may not be conventionally, religious, or because they're doing something that's not, they might be doing something like psychics. They're not well respected by the community because people don't believe in them, or they believe it's evil. And the truth is, it's neither. It is what it is. Everybody's intuitive, and if you trust your gut instinct, your intuition to keep you out of danger, or you're like, oh, I just thought I should go here instead of there, and I missed out on, getting hurt, then you just did something psychic. So think about that next time. The next one is the Balsamic Moon from the Moonology card, a time for healing. I love that. And I think this can go for the other two cards, because, the person's coming to tell you, like, hey, I've been the devil over here. I've had these addictions. I've had these unhealthy, toxic patterns. And they're telling you that they're releasing all that. So they're kind of healing from these toxic patterns. It takes a little while to adapt and to heal and to change a whole new mindset and lifestyle if you've been stuck doing the same thing for a while. So this could be them healing, but it could also be the Justice over here. This karma being worked off can be a way of learning lessons and stuff. This can be healing for them, or for both of you. And then, your angel card, Saint Michael, the Archangel. This is confidence. Oh yeah, Michael is the protector. He's the patron saint of cops. Also like electronics. It's weird. I don't know why, but hey, if he helps, he helps. But he is very good at protection. He can help with a lot of different things, but I like that he says confidence, because confidence is what you need. The High Priestess person needs confidence to come out of their shell and be like, yeah, I've got these psychic abilities, and they just need to be confident and own it. The same thing with the Seven of Swords. They need to gain the confidence to come and say, hey, I don't want to lose you. I actually like you a lot, and I was wrong thinking I wasn't interested the first time. It turns out, like, I have more feelings there than I thought. They just need to have confidence and say it. Come forward and say it. Your color card is Emerald, number 30. 30 reduces to 3. 3 is about collaboration and camaraderie and socializing. It could be, 3 could be a crowd, but 3 could be a form of stability too. But it could be about celebration. It just depends on what it's about. So 3s are good, and it's a beautiful emerald color. It says calm your mind, body, and soul. So that's basically telling you calm, like, breaking away from toxic habits is going to make you a calmer person. It's going to calm your mind, body, and soul. And it's also truly being authentic to yourself and coming forward, doing the healing with the justice card and coming forward to tell somebody that you have feelings for them and coming clean. That's going to just bring so much relief to you. So it's going to calm your mind, body, and soul. So, you know, if you want to wear those colors or carry those stones of those colors or emeralds themselves, you know, that's a good thing. That's a good, just a good color to have around you, and, you know, follow the advice. And then with my Inner Effing Peace deck, last card, it says something so right about that. It says, keep your word. So, keep your word. If you promise to hear these people out, when they come to tell you something, some of them are coming with a little hesitancy. So, you know what? Tell them, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to just listen. So please talk to me. Keep your word. Don't judge them. Don't start questioning them. Don't get mad at them. Just stay calm. Calm your mind, body, and soul, and just listen. Whatever they tell you, keep your word. And you know what? For them, they'll keep theirs. They're going to tell you that they're trying to work on themselves. They're keeping their word. So if this person with the Devil card keeps their word, they can stay in your life and you can deal with them as long as they respect your boundaries. If they keep their word to come forward and be like, oh, I really like you, hopefully they come and start dating you, then they're keeping their word that they like you and they want to see where it goes. You know, same thing with justice. You know, they're keeping their word on whatever it is they promised to work on in order to balance out their karma. And the High Priestess, this person is someone that's definitely keeping the word to themselves. They need to not keep their word. They need to come out and say like, hey, I can do these cool things. I'm psychic. And you know what? They just need to own it. And that's keeping their word for them. So I hope this reading was helpful to you.